Well, hey everybody, how you all doing? Whittler Dave here. Well, I'm not working on the bunny right now. I carved these eagles. Excuse me. And I got this one, excuse me, folks. I got this one finished up on the mountain, and a man and his wife really liked it, and they wanted it right then. And I said, well, it's going to take a little bit. And I said, towards the end of January going into February, I'll finish it up. And they said, that's fine. So we're going to add a little bit of the wood burning texture into the stars is what I'm doing right now. Just a little bit more love. I do this quite a bit. So we got to do there's a lot of work on this. It's going to take quite a bit to get this one finished. I hope everybody's having a blessed day and a good day. I know I am. I'm talking to my friends here on YouTube. But everybody wants to see what I do when I finish stuff. Well, this is a process. You got to have patience. Lots and lots of patience. I hope you can see this because I'm filming on my table that I built. And just, trying to show you what I do. And see, when I paint this, I will thin this paint down so some of this will show, because I want that texture to show. See, right there. See the stars? And there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 stars I've got to do all this with. Like I just told you, patience. Lots of patience. I'm getting ready to carve this again because, I love anything that's red, white, and blue. It represents our country. It represents our soldiers who gave all. I'm very big on the American flag. Anything that represents America. I'm a patriot. Yes, I am. And I'm proud to say that. I always tell every veteran out there that I love them and I appreciate them for everything that they've done, and I love the ones that gave all. That's why I can do this. That's why I can come out here and be with you folks and enjoy my love and what was given to me by a higher power is my talent as an artist. That's why I, love to share and love to talk about things like that. Things that are respectful. Get these baby dolls. That's just dotting it. That's all I'm doing. Using this wood burner right here. This ain't my really fancy wood burner. I've got an expensive wood burner. But these are the little easy wires to change out. I just picked this up. It didn't cost much. And it's, it's got a nice little stand and a place to put the burner in a coil, and it's pretty nice. I used to do a lot of wood burning, but my eyeballs are not the greatest anymore, but I may do some. I've got a bunch of stuff I'm working on this year. I'm thinking about doing some more arts and crafts shows. I really am. And I got to do some phone calling. Trying to set up some places where I can go and do what I used to do here in Tennessee, is do a lot of demonstrations and show people, and like I said, a higher power gave me my talent. That's the only thing I can think of. Yes. Yep. And we're just dotting them out. And then I'll take and I will I'll thin the paint down because I want some of this. I do this eagle where it's kind of an antique type finish. I like that look. I do. Get ready to carve a horse, but it's in a little bit of different. It's going to be more of an abstract style of a horse. I If you know me, I love abstract. And I'm working on that. And like I said, next week, I've taken off this entire month pretty well. Well, next week, I'm going to get out in the shop and start cleaning the Nightmare, because I have a lot to clean. As you know, when I did that show on the mountain, I just finished up and walked away. So now I've got to clean. I've got to build some doors on some cabinets that I have built. Never got to the doors yet. So we got to do that in the shop. Take the table saw apart and clean all the gears and all the cogs and grease everything. Change all the blades. I'm going to replace my bearings on my bandsaw. I'm going to upgrade those. So they'll be a lot better. Just a lot of maintenance. When you own a shop, you know, that's one thing you just got to do, unless you like to spend money, is if you don't take care of your equipment, it's not going to last. And I do take care of my equipment because I've got a lot and it costs me a lot of money. And money is not hanging on a tree. If it was, I'd be babying it right now. With me all. Hey, let's all set out a prayer for all the destruction in the United States. Still for North Carolina and different parts of Tennessee. And now with the fires in California, let's all think about everybody. You know, just set out a prayer. I don't wish bad on no one. I don't care how much money you're worth. You know, we're all human. And you'll find that out in a disaster. Because then it puts you in the same boat that everybody else is. So it doesn't matter how much money you got. You're in the same boat. Yes. We're just knocking these out. See that right there? Getting them knocked out. I wish there was an easier way. I've got the camera pointed down as much as I can. And I apologize, it's not the greatest. But when you do things just by yourself in life, that's all you got. Well, you just got to deal with it. Listen. Okay. Now, you can see it. It didn't take long to get that many, did it? Now I got to get by 84 Lumber and pick me up a load of sugar pine. I'll do that. Hey, shout out to anybody out there, wherever you live. There's another wood that I'm looking for, and it don't have to be about between 2 inches by 3 or 4 inches. I'm looking actually for limbs, and I'm looking for birch. And just like if limbs on trees, and if they're about 2 inches in diameter, 2.5, 3 inches, 4 inches, let me know. I'm looking for birch. Birch is a very hard wood to find. It grows around water a lot, and we have all this water here, all these creeks and stuff, but there's no birch here in Tennessee. I've not found any. And I'm looking for just green wood. It does not have to be dried. And I'm looking for birch, just, a lot of birches will be laying on the ground in the woods. And just, and about, I'd say a foot long, something like that would be good. Or, you don't want to get it past 2 foot because then the shipping is a nightmare and expensive. But I am looking for birch. So anybody out there has got, land and they know what birch is, I'm needing some limbs. I am. Birch is a nice wood to carve. I am a spoon carver, and I'm going to do some demonstrations this year for some people, and I'd like to find some birch. Birch is excellent to do spoons out of, or make custas out of them. You know, I mean, if you had a piece that was, you know, about 6 inches round, that makes a good custa, a good cup, stuff like that. I'd like to get some bigger birch that I could do some really nice wooden bows out of it, maybe even a dough bow. But that would cost a lot of money to ship that wood because it would have to be very large. But just some limbs, and, you know, between, like I said, 2.5, 6 inches. I try to get this down here, folks. And the lighting in this dining room is not the greatest. I apologize. I've turned this up. Okay, I apologize. Yeah, I'd like to, so if anybody's got anything like that out there, hit me up on daveposton@gmail.com. Excuse me. Yeah, I would really appreciate it. I got another guy says he's got a bunch of cottonwood, and he don't want it. I'm like, Lord, send it to me. You know, I'll pay for the shipping and him. So he says he's going to get in touch with me. I met him up on the mountain. I hope he don't forget. I did give him my information, how to get a hold of me. I enjoy carving that cottonwood. That smaller piece, like I said, I bartered with a guy. He wanted sugar pine, and I wanted cottonwood, and he had picked that one cottonwood up. He picked up several pieces out of Alaska. So, cottonwood bark. And actually, we got cottonwood around here, but not the right cottonwood. That's my luck, folks. But the birch, that's what gosh, I like carving birch. Birch has a tight growth ring. It makes super nice spoons and custas and wooden bows and all that. And I haven't carved it in years because I can't get it. What do you think, folks? And you see that? Alrighty. We'll get back on the bunny here. I got to get this one started. Once I get all this burning done and different textures, I got to get this started. Then I'm going to get back on my bunny because I'm not carving that anywhere besides on this channel, showing people the relief carving and stuff like that. Hey, we're going to have a heat wave, they say, Friday, up in the 50s. Lord have mercy. I will be happy. If it gets 50 degrees, I told my wife I'm going to go out and mow the yard. And she goes, yeah, everybody be thinking you are nuts. I'm like, well, I guess if the shoe fits, you know. Yep. We're just about got all these burned. That's good. Doing it this way, what it does, it stencils the wood. It burns these little pecks in there, these little dots. And then when I thin that white paint down, you can definitely see it. And it gives it a texture. You know, I realize, you know, it's funny, I'll be watching something on, let's say, different platforms and stuff, and they'll go, well, this is a new technique. And I'm looking, I'm like, no, folks, I'm sorry. The only thing new about this technique is the internet. Other than that, the old timers and the old artists, remember, we were a non-modern artist. We're the one, we come up with this, but did we ever get any thank yous for it? No, because You know, somebody found it, they put it on the internet, and they called it a new technique, or they called it a different name. You know, so it's the same thing us old artists did, because we're non-modern artists. You know, my first wood burner was a nail. I used to heat a nail up, and I stuck it in a stick, and I built a fire, and I would file different profiles on the nail, and I would use it as a wood burner. I did that a lot on different things. I used to do portraits and stuff years ago. Nope. Now let's get this eye burned in darker, so when I get all this painted, this will have a texture. Now don't be afraid to get out there and try it, folks. You know, if you carve something, add some wood burning to it, so then when you paint it, you got that added extra texture there. That's art. Something different. Don't be afraid to step out of the box. You're going to hear me say that a lot. Yeah, see? Got the eye and everything. Alrighty. Alright, hang on. Turn this off. Let's undo this. And undo this. Don't touch it, folks. It'll burn you. It will. It'll light you up on a Sunday day. Alright, let's turn it back up. We changed the foot. Put in a foot like this. See that? We went from one foot to the next. Because now I'm just going to add, let's get her hot. She's not hot enough. Needs to take, this takes a second. There you go. We're just going to add some more texture to this. So when this paints, you're going to see all this. You're going to see these burnings. It's going to bleed through. Everybody wants to know what I do on some of my carvings. Well, this is going to give you an idea. This is just one form of work I do. Then the painting is the other. And that's what takes on, because I carve so much detail in my lines. You know, I'm not a flat carver. All these lines have been rolled over. They're separate from it. That way you can tell this is one piece, another piece, because I roll all my edges over. I'm a relief carver, so sometimes I'll cut under. It's called cutting, you know, I'm relieving it from the other part of the wood. I'm just doing it, you know, to give it totally a different texture. So this is what takes the longest. The carvings really don't take me that long to do. It's mainly my crazy old brain, because I've already found the place I didn't like this morning. I had this carved and I had to fix it. That's just the artist in me. So that, I'm telling you, that's why it takes, I'll have about, I'm going to say 2 weeks in this trying to get this all painted. It's going to take me 2 good weeks. It is. I'm going to add some burning to the bunny too. I do this a lot. I like the burning look and then the painting on top of it. Alright, I'm going to have to do that. Let's see if I can turn it right here. It's under that feather. A little bit right here. It's like carving. Don't forget to touch all sides. Okay? Yes. I mean, I already know how this is going to look when I paint it, because I do this a lot. Okay, that's done. We're just going to do some random ones right here. We're not going to cover the whole thing. We're just going to some places going to be darker. We know, let's get some shadows up in here and here. That'll separate all that. Because this gets painted red, white, and blue. I've done this several times. If you go back on my other ones, you'll see this. And they're all, like I said, I'm not a machine. I'm not. I'm not a machine. And see, I'm wood burning this direction. Just like it's a feather and it's flowing. I used to cut feathers when I did professional duck carving. Ooh, I've carved feathers that actually look authentic. You could not tell. I've done decoys that way. Yes. Yeah. Remember I told you, I carve all under, so all this needs to get the same love. Give it a little love. Can you imagine doing this with a nail? I can, because I did it. Took a long time to do stuff like this with nails, and I would make different sticks or different pieces of wood. Actually, I really use sticks and limbs, and I would insert the nails into it, and I'd take a file, and I'd file different profiles in it, and then I'd build a fire with coals, and then I would heat each one up, keep it hot, and then I would reach for it and you burn for a few minutes, and then it would stop and it cool down, and then I'd heat it back up and jump back and forth at different profiles, and it worked. Was it fun? Yes and no. We'll put it that way. You see, I've carved all this under here, so I want to give love to everything. And I know it's not the greatest video, folks, and like I said, I deeply apologize, but I would need a camera on my fingers. I'm telling you. Right on my tips of my fingers to really show the detail of what I'm doing. It's all going, this feather was carved at this angle. So all this is going at this angle. It's flowing. Let's see. See, it's going to be red, white, red, white, red, white. And then this will be white. This will be red. You got to get this, you got to think all this out, how you're going to paint it. Easy to mess up sometimes. You don't want to hurry. Put a little shadow right there to darken that up. Yes. Getting there, folks. What time? All right, we got a little bit more. Da-da-da. That smoke right there can get to your all eyeballs. When I used to wood burn a lot, I had a little fan. And I would use a little fan to blow the smoke off my eyeballies. Yeah. Did you see that, folks? Turn it up like this. See all that wood burning? And this will all get covered up. This is just a texture. Remember that. It'll all be covered up, but not heavy. You have to thin everything down. You want some of these marks to show through, and pardon me. Yes, and the stars are going to be neat. And what I'll do is I'll try to when I get ready to paint this, I'll do a video of me painting some of this. Not the whole video, because this is very time consuming to paint this. Because you got all these lines you have to cut in very tight with your paintbrushes. You got to hold your mouth right. Don't hold your mouth right, you won't get it, right? You ever notice how you do something and you got your mouth open, hung out? You know, it's like, I'm just as guilty. So I'm laughing, because I'll be doing something, my mouth is all opened up, and, you know, it's just like, I look like a bird waiting for a worm. You know? Alrighty, let's put this thing here for a second. So now, as you can tell, this is all went that way, all that way. I see a spot that I miss. Now, I see a spot that I don't like because it didn't burn right. So watch what I do. There you go. Carve that away. Get your burner back out. There you go. Fixed. That's all you had to do. Just take your knife, come in here and take out that spot that you don't like, and then reburn it. I mean, no one is going to know. Trust me. All right, let's turn you back off. I'm going to go back to the dot. Because I see these are in through here and here, and this piece here, I want them dotted like the stars. I wanted these to have that flow there. And I see something. I wanted these to have this flow, so when I painted, it will show that flow. Just like it's like it's got hair going that way on feathers. I know right now it looks like a hot mess, don't it? Well, trust me, I've done this too many times. And people really like it, how it's done. And if I see something after, that's why you don't want to hurry, because, you may think you're done wood burning, and then all of a sudden you're like, nope, you're not. Well, I probably need to get ready to stop this here in a minute. Let's get you up where you can see the old man. Well, anywho, just the American Eagle. I love anything that's red, white, and blue. I've carved this a lot. I'm gonna come in here and, I'll do texturing all this and through here, all this will get some kind of texture, all this down through here, and then I'll spend several days and hours of just painting and mixing. This is a lot of work. It's extremely a lot of work to do this, but it is sugar pine. Then I'll drill a hole right here. I do a country boy hanger. I take a Forstner bit, drill a hole here, put a nail on the wall, and hang her up. But I love the American Eagle. I love my American soldiers. And I love red, white, and blue. And you all have a blessed one, and thank everyone that has been subscribing. I appreciate and love everyone. And Whittler Dave will just talk to you later, and you all have a good day, and thank you.